Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, so basically, I'm here to just kind of walk you through some of our programs and answer any questions you may have. As you know, we are trying to evolve and try and stay competitive with transportation across the San Antonio city. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I have a presentation that you guys can follow along with. So I'm so thankful that you guys are fully aware of what VIA is, and I'll just kind of give you a little bit of history. So VIA has been established for over 47 years here in the great city of San Antonio. And with that said, we, as I mentioned, are trying to evolve and stay competitive with our competition. But of course, there's no competition for VIA because we are public transit. I'm sure you guys have heard of Uber or Lyft, which charges an arm and a leg just to get you from place A to place B. We are not in that arena. Even though we're trying to stay afloat, we are going to stay as affordable as possible. So Uber and Lyft will charge you upwards of $40, $50 per transportation to and from. VIA will stay affordable at $1.30. And so for over, I would say, 20 years, we have not raised our rates. We are still at $1.30 per transportation, whether you take the bus, or I'll talk to you a little bit about our VIA Link, which is competitive to the Uber and Lyft. Okay? So VIA is here to provide access and opportunity for you guys, right? Most of us, can't afford to have a vehicle, or it's just too cumbersome to get into the vehicle. And the way the highways are now, it's a little dangerous for us to be driving. So that's why VIA is here to provide access and opportunity and accessibility to you. Okay? And that is for your schools, for social services, for medical appointments, whether you want to go to HEB and get some groceries, we are here for you. And as I mentioned, again, over 40 years, we have been here and have not increased our rates and have no intention of increasing rates. So VIA still stands at $1.30 per trip. Now, on the table, you guys were able to gather some information. There is a plethora of pamphlets and brochures for you, and then we'll kind of go through what is more suited for your needs. We have several different programs, and I'll go through that. One of them is the reduced fare. So, for example, if there is if there's a hindrance from you getting yourself a Go Mobile card, we will work with you to give you the reduced fare. The reduced fare is 65 cents per trip, as opposed to paying $1.30. Okay? And VIA has now upgraded so that you can reissue money to your cards. How many of you have a card now? A VIA card? Okay. And as one gentleman asked me, how long does the VIA card last? Depending on when you got it, it goes up to 6 years. So 6 years you remain active with VIA without having to renew. But if you have our newer cards, you can actually renew and add money to those cards. Were you guys aware of that? Okay, so that's a new feature where it's called the Go Mobile, the Go Lite. And so we have different opportunities for you. So we have a 31-day pass, a 7-day pass, a 1-day pass, or if there's an accessibility need that you have, you'll be able to apply for the VIA Trans, and it's a process that you have to go through, okay? And then, so that, I'll get into that a little bit, but this is just kind of the gist of it, okay? So $1.30 reduced fare. Okay, so this is the information that you guys were picking up at the table. So anybody that's 62 and above, we highly recommend that you get this card. This is the Via Go card because of all the perks that this gives you. So this one gives you 25 cents per trip, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Whether you have medical appointments, whether you just want to go to the mall, shop around, whether you want to go to groceries, from 9 to 3 a.m., if you have this Via card, you can ride Via for 25 cents. Okay? And the perk about this one is free weekends. So on the weekends, if you just show your card, you don't have to pay anything. You get on the bus at whatever time, and you're riding for free. Who was aware of that? Okay, good. Yes, yes. And so I'm here to kind of reiterate that because, you know, we tend to get so hectic and busy and you know, we have chaotic days that we want to just kind of reiterate what VIA is for. Yes, ma'am.
Does this include the special trips that VIA makes downtown?
We'll talk about that here shortly. That's what we call park and ride. And it's for the special events, and I do have it on here. Okay, so we'll continue going here. And this is just basically the same application that I shared with you. It's very simplistic. We just need name, address, phone number, correct information, and your email, okay? And on this one, you have the maps of all of our locations. And I think the closest transit center for you guys is the Randolph location to this facility, okay? And this just kind of gives you the fares that are available. So full price is $1.30. A day pass is $2.75. 7-day pass is $12. 31-day pass is $38. However, the senior pass, you can see free weekends, which is why we recommend that you guys get that filled in right away. 25 cents Monday through Friday, very affordable. 65 cents per a one-day trip, okay? Outside of the 9 to 3. So if you want to go somewhere from, let's say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 9 o'clock, that's when you're paying the $1.35, okay? And then so on and so forth. Let's see. Paratransit. So this is a different service that we offer. This is what we call the Via Trans. Who is aware of Via Trans? Okay. So Via Trans is not like the regular bus route. It is a specific modal transportation for people that have an ADA. So some type of disability, some type of hindrance where you cannot ride the bus by yourself, this is what we call Via Trans. Now this one you have to apply for, okay? Who has a Via Trans card currently? Nobody has a Via Trans card? Okay, so a Via Trans, basically, I have applications if anybody should need it, and it's for assistance. If you need assistance getting from one place to another, Via Trans is for you, okay? However, these applications are lengthy. They have to be filled in partly by you or your caretaker or sons or daughters, and then that has to be taken to your medical expert. So any medical profession, it doesn't have to be a doctor per se, it could be a therapist, as long as they are a medical professional that is telling VIA and can vouch saying this particular person cannot get on the bus by themselves, they need assistance, and so that needs to be combined. And you take that in once the physician or medical expert fills it in, you bring it to one of our locations, and you guys have our maps on the application, all of our locations, and then it's a process. So then that application is then sent into VIA, processed by our medical experts, and then once you're approved or declined, you will get a letter in the mail or whatever form that you brought it in, whether you emailed it or brought it in person, you will get a letter in the mail giving you further instructions. One of the letters, if you are approved for Via Trans, will be, this is your next steps. And so if you are approved with Via Trans, you will get that letter. That letter gives you permission to call Via, the 362-5050, and schedule a trip for them to come pick you up where you are to our facility so that you can take your picture, get all of the orientation done, and they pick you up for free once you're approved. Now, if you're denied for whatever reason, they will send you a letter and then tell you what the next steps are and give you alternatives, okay? Any questions there? Were you familiar that that was the process? Okay, yes, ma'am.
Is there an economic limit? I mean, income certain?
No,
level?
no. We do not go by any income strategies, no. Via Trans is here for the public. And again, we've been around for over 47 years and we're not going anywhere. And we are we want to be your first transportation, your means of transportation to get you anywhere. Okay, so that is Via Trans. And you've also picked up some of the pamphlets where we now can do, once you're approved on Via Trans, once you're approved on Via Trans, you now can schedule your trips 7 days in advance via phone call or online. So how many of you here like to do things on the phone or on your laptop? Okay, half of us. Okay, good. So now you have the alternative. You can do the old-fashioned traditional way of calling in and saying, I have a doctor's appointment next Tuesday, whatever it may be, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. You schedule it. The sooner the better. That way, you know, you get the best times. Okay? And we ask that you at least have maybe an hour window. So let's just say you have an appointment 2 weeks from now, 10 a.m. So when you're calling in to schedule your appointment for pickup, give yourself some leeway time. So instead of saying, pick me up at 10 o'clock, when is your appointment, say, pick me up at 8 a.m. so that you have some wiggle room to get there in time. Okay? Make sense? Okay. And also, if you want to take somebody with you, a caretaker, a child rides with you for 90 cents. The caregiver, in some cases, can ride for free. Okay? So that's just information there. Let me see here. Oh, let me go slow here. Okay, that's the application process. That's the fare. That's the paratransit. And so this kind of outlines the question that you had. Is there any age liability, any income, any inability to drive? None of that. It's all basically what is on the application, what your medical professional is saying. That's what they take into account. Okay? And then also on this one, it doesn't have to be a long term. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say you broke your arm, you broke your leg, and now you're on crutches. And for a temporary time frame, let's just say 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you're going to have to be on a cast or a brace or something, and you're going to be on the crutches. That is grounds for riding Via Trans. If your medical professional says, yes, this individual needs help, you can go ahead and fill out the application and process it. Okay, so we do short term and we do long term. Okay, let me keep going here. And this is basically the same thing. Just information, English and Spanish. Most of you guys speak English here, correct? Does anybody need any Spanish translation? I forgot to ask that at the beginning. I apologize. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about reduced fare. Reduced fare is a good thing. However, we highly recommend that the 62 and above application that I was talking to you about earlier, that one is the best bank for your buck. And the reason I say that is if you have the option to do the regular application 62 and above or the reduced fare, these are the set prices. There's no, it is a reduced fare, but you don't get the weekends the way you do with the other one. Make sense? So we highly encourage that you do the regular application because that's going to get you free weekends and 25 cents Monday through Friday. This one, these are the set prices. But we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to ride VIA at the lowest cost. Make sense? Okay.
But I read here and it says there also that
Yes.
the go-kart's not available at Randolph, the Randolph Park and Ride.
It's under renovations, and I think that once we open the doors, I think it's going to be a new feature. Yes. So yes. Yes, ma'am.
If you take the trip to the doctor, how do you arrange to come back?
The same way that you schedule the trip, you schedule the coming back.
But we don't know how long it's gonna take.
So you usually, the telephone operators that we hire know to coach you when you're calling in and saying, okay, you have a 10 o'clock appointment, but we're going to give you some wiggle room and we need to schedule the comeback time. And so they'll work with you on that. Or you can do it online or on your phone, right? But mostly a lot of people still love picking up the phone and scheduling them. So, but our operators will help you with that. But yes, it's a go-to and then come back. Yes, ma'am.
What's the latest time you could schedule to return from a doctor's appointment?
I believe I would say 6 p.m. Yeah. So some clinics now open till 7. We have the ortho clinics, we have the med clinics, we have, all kinds of clinics. So depending on that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. SSI is similar to the Medicare that we just talked about. I still recommend that you do the regular application as opposed to the reduced fare because you get free weekends. But some people are not, they want to go get with this route. Either route, whatever is preference for you, your preference. But of course, we're here to share with you what you're going to get for the most bang for your buck, right? So, this is just the same thing, reduced fare. Students, well, this really doesn't apply to you, but I'm going to share with you because maybe you can share with your grandchildren, children, those that are going to college. Everybody knows everybody, right? When we come from our family, we have aunties, we have nieces, great nieces, grandbabies, and so VIA is here for all ages and for everyone in the community. And so we do offer reduced fare for students. For example, high school students, they don't have means of transportation in terms of driving, right? Not everybody can afford a vehicle at 16 years old. So we have the option for them to take the VIA bus. And if they're going to high school, we do give them reduced fare. If they're going to college, some apply for the semester pass, just FYI. We are here for the entire community. And then the U-Pass is for universities that we partner with, and I'll give you an example. The Alamo College districts, so that is the Palo Alto, that is Northwest Vista, San Antonio College, the community colleges around San Antonio, we have a partnership with them. And so if students do not have means to get to school, we are their providers. So we work with the school so that these college students that are on a fixed income can get to school to better their lives in essence. And so they'll ride the bus for free as well. Okay, so just FYI, I know it doesn't apply to you, but I'm just sharing. A wealth of information is knowledge. Okay? And here we go. So these are the universities that we work with, and I mentioned them a little while ago. I forgot to mention Texas University, Texas A&M, and UTSA as well. And they all ride via bus for free to get to and from classes. Okay. Active military also get reduced fare. In the time frame that I've been with VIA, not a lot of active military like to take the bus. They're in a hurry. They want to get from point A to point B, and they want to get in their vehicles. No waiting on the bus. So, but we do offer 50% for active military if you guys know of anybody. All they need to do is go to the transit centers and we can take care of them. They either come in with their active military ID or they come in full uniform and they're taken care of. Okay? And that applies for their spouses as well. Okay? And then this is, I'll kind of skip through this because this is for work employees. And this is another one, van pool. Van pool is like a carpool, but it's for our business partners. And then here we'll get a little bit into, we work closely with nonprofit organizations, mainly churches. Let me see who else. Well, majority of them are churches, or like Haven for Hope, or different organizations. We partner with them. We have a program called Fair Assistance, and because they're a nonprofit organization, we give them reduced fare. So they actually purchase tickets from us, and then they distribute or disseminate amongst their clientele. Okay, so that's what Fair Assistance is. Doesn't really pertain to you guys, but I'm going to share. VIA Cares is a program where we partner with the food bank. And again, family services, health and wellness, churches, community centers. That's about it. It doesn't apply to you guys, and this is, we'll skip through that. Okay, so now this is the VIA Link. So VIA Link is, like I shared with you at the beginning of the presentation, it's like an Uber or a Lyft, okay? Who here has used Uber or Lyft? Oh, okay, good. A lot of you guys. Okay, so then congratulations, you know what VIA Link is. The only caveat here is VIA Link will not pick you up at your residence or at a specific point. It'll be like at the corner of somewhere. So Uber and Lyft come and pick you up exactly where you tell them to. When you book VIA Link, we're trying to stay competitive, and this is just an extension of our fixed bus routes and an extension of the VIA Trans, right? So VIA Link is similar to Uber and Lyft, but it's a virtual stop. I guess that's the best way to explain it. It's a virtual stop. So you book it. You can either book it on the phone, or on traditional ways, calling in, or you can book it on your telephone or online, right? And it's the same thing. So you book it, you pay, they'll tell you, we're meeting you at this particular point. Let's just say outside Crestway and whatever the intersection is. You'll have to walk to that location so that they can pick you up. They'll send you, if you're doing it on the phone, they'll send you the vehicle number and the approximate time of when they'll be there, similar to Uber and Lyft, okay? But this is an extension, and the only caveat here is that it's $1.30. They're not gonna charge you $30, $40, $50, $60 what Uber and Lyft charges, okay? So that's the only thing. Let's see, and that's what the vehicle looks like. So our VIA Links will be identified as VIA Link. Have you guys seen them in the community? Yes, no? Okay, perfect. Yes, and that's what they're there for. Now, the thing here with VIA Link, keep in mind, I'll share the different zones. So we have in the city of San Antonio, we have 5 different zones. So what is that? It's 5 different zones, so I'll kind of explain to you right now. So Via Link Madla is south side, okay? Via Link Mainland is northwest area. So that's kind of connected to the UTSA off of the 1604 campus. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but I'm just throwing that out. Now, Via Link Madla South Side is kind of close to South Park Mall. So I'm just giving you staples so that you can kind of visualize where these locations are. And that's the map. The blue map is what Via Link stays within the boundaries. Then we also have Via Link Randolph, which would be a little bit closer to you. And then we have Naco Pass. And so this is in lieu of or an extension of the fixed bus routes. So you can either take the bus route or you can take Via Link. And Via Link can comfortably carry up to 5 people in the little van. Okay? And it's the same cost as the bus, $1.30 per person. Now, that's 4 zones. This is the downtown zone. So this is kind of, I would say this is the popular one because downtown is a mess. When you go downtown, there's a lot of construction going on. There's streets that are closed down. There's very little parking, and then you park somewhere and then you get a ticket. And so Via Link is created to help you navigate through the downtown zones. So the Via Link has been established since 2024, and it takes you to the Henry B. Convention Center, River Center Mall, the Market Square, the popular hotspots, the Tobin Center, the Majestic Theater. How many of you guys in this room still go and explore downtown? Oh, good for you. I love it. Okay, so Via Link is there, and we have 2 options for you there. So we have the Via Link vehicle, as you can see, but we also have the Little Runner. The Little Runner is too cute because it's an electric vehicle, and it's an open vehicle, and you'll see those around. Those are, I think we only have 3 of them, and they were specifically made for UTSA downtown. So UTSA students, again, we're here for the community. They needed to get from the downtown campus to the 1604 campus. And so we developed this, or we came up with this program, the Little Runner, that would help the students from the 1604 campus get to the downtown campus and vice versa. But on the downtimes where school is not in session, you'll catch the little electric Little Runner. It is so cute. It's quiet and windows down. It is so cute. And lots of our tourists, we've gotten feedback that they just love it because it's adorable. Yes, ma'am.
But does it accommodate wheelchairs and rolling?
It, to a certain extent, yes, it does, because it's spacious. And it fits up to 5 people comfortably as well. And I've utilized it myself, taking my little carts and stuff to go from hotel to hotel, because we can maintain and foster our relationships with all of them. So to a certain extent, yes. Okay.
Where would this pick us up? And we'd have to drive to somewhere.
Same thing. Yes, you would have to either, if you're already downtown, or let's just say from here, you would have to take a bus to get downtown, and then the little Via Link or the Runner will navigate you in the downtown area. So I'm so glad that.
Yesterday afternoon, I was waiting for another ride somewhere. Someone come. It was I think it was a Via Link. It was a yellow car, and it picked up somebody from right outside the door.
Oh,
She was in a walker, so I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure because we're not
It
yellow.
was something, but I saw Via.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a third party, because, okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. Couple of things. So yes, we are getting so popular that people love the Via Link, right? And so it was an option that kind of was developed so that we can stay current with our competitors, right? Or, Uber and Lyft charges an arm and a leg. We want to be competitive but stay at an affordable price, right? Via is here for our public. That is why we exist, to make sure that people can get from point A to point B. And because we're becoming so popular, we are now at the point where we're asking third-party agencies to help us. So that's a good thing. It's a good problem to have, but for me, I prefer to have our established employees and vetted through the VIA organization, rather than having a third-party agency, but that's just me.
Is there any accommodation for people coming in late at the airport, say, airport run, to get us back here at 11 o'clock at night?
That's a tough one.
I've had the experience of coming
Yeah.
in late several times, and my only option was Uber or me.
Yeah. And so, as you can see here on the screen, I think our limitation for Link is 11 p.m. So, and most of the zones have their own. Some of them are earlier. So, unfortunately, no. And that's a circumstance you would have to get an Uber or a Lyft.
The link downtown,
Mhm.
is there shut off date, the time and the night?
It's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. However, other zones, so it's an on-demand ride share. So basically we get feedback from the community, right? So the latest so far has been 11 p.m. Nobody has called and said, we need a VIA Link to stay through midnight or whatever. So we are here for you. We service the community. And if the community says, hey, you call in and you say, we need transportation from the airport to be there through midnight, then they'll start making changes. Yes.
We've been to the Tobin Center when it let out after 11 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
Or even just a little before 11. Would they pick us up a little before 11 and still bring us back?
A little bit, as long as it's not 11 and after. So the cutoff is right at 11.
As far as even being dropped off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll just talk to you a little bit about the VIA Green Line. Have you guys heard of the Green Line and the Silver Line? Okay. So this is going on now. It's been approved. And so we're fiercely and forcefully trying to get through to this Green Line. So Green Line is coming in 2027, not this upcoming year, but the next year. And as you can see here on the map, this is still new to me. I'm trying to they broke ground probably at the beginning of the year, and they have approved all of this. So essentially this Green Line, as you can see on the, I don't know if we can make it bigger, but this bus is kind of like the Primo line that we currently have, but it's going to go straight up and down the corridor from Stone Oak Parkway, if you can see it there, and it's going to go through downtown. And so this is official, stamped of approval, and it's going to happen. And so this is going to kind of help businesses and people get to and from work. And this is solely different than the VIA Link, than our fixed route. This is just going to stay within that main corridor, if you can see there. And so people are so excited about that because this is going to be turnkey. And it's supposed to be, if you're within that corridor, and let's just say you're at Stone Oak Parkway and you need to get all the way to the downtown area, you will get on there, and within 15 to 20 minutes, you will be at that next destination. And that's how it's supposed to be. So this is the Green Line, and it's coming, stamp of approval, and that's what it's going to look like. And it's straight up and down. Yes, sir.
So will you be able to get that at the park and ride?
Yes. And as long as your destination is within that corridor, that green corridor that just goes up and down, you will, that's what VIA is promising, that you will get to your destination within 15 minutes of the time, because that bus will only go up and down, okay?
But there's all those stops.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. So, and the glorious thing about this is that that's it. You're staying within that corridor. And so let's just say you're at Stone Oak Parkway, and let's just say you need to get to Mulberry. That's where, Mulberry and Hildebrand, what's that college over there? UIW. University of Incarnate Word. If you need to go there, then you can pop up right there and then go do what you need to do, or get a transfer and get onto a bus ride, or get onto Via Link. So essentially what Via is trying to do is give you options. Give you, yes, alternative.
Does this require a different card than the VIA Link card that we get?
You know, that's still kind of being in the works. But I think because, and this is just my opinion, it's not set in stone, so don't take my word for it. But the way we operate now is if you have your Via card, you can get on Via Link with the Via card. So I'm assuming that eventually it's all going to be connected. So you can get on Via Link, you can get on the Green Line, or you can get on the regular bus route with your one card. Okay? And then, so that's the Green Line, that's to come, and it's going to be fantastic. Let's see here. We also, in addition to the Green Line, how that's north to south, they're also proposing the Silver Line. The Silver Line will be east to west of the city. Okay, so similar concept, right? It'll be the same concept as the Green Line, but this is coming in 2028, maybe 2029. This one is still in the works. All I know is that the Green Line is signed, sealed, and delivered, and that's going to happen. But the Silver Line will be east to west. So let me give you an example. So on here, the proposed stops will be the Kellick Center. Kellick Center is kind of off by Old Highway 90, which is kind of heading toward west El Paso, Del Rio, that kind of, and then it's going to go all the way to the east side. So it's passing AT&T Center. It's passing, it's going to stay on Houston Street. So essentially, it'll hit kind of downtown as well. And it's still kind of, determined, but it's going to go past the east side. I'm not sure. I mean, here it's clearly indicating past AT&T. So maybe Martin Luther King area? I'm not sure. But this is just FYI in the future to come, just to kind of give you a heads up. Okay? Now, more information to share with you. Oop. Okay, you guys asked about the Park and Ride. Park and Ride is our transit centers, and who has taken Park and Ride before? Oh my goodness, that's fabulous. Okay, so Park and Ride is where you take your vehicle and you get it situated in one of our transit centers. Typically, we have Crossroads Mall. Crossroads Mall has been the Park and Ride establishment for many years, and there's plenty of parking there. We also partner with AT&T Center. So the Frost Bank Center, now it's the Frost Bank Center. Sometimes when we have big events, like we did the NCAA, the basketball stuff, we partnered with the Frost Bank Center. That became a Park and Ride. And so our buses come and pick you up and take you to the event for the same cost as the bus ride, $1.30. Same thing with Crossroads. And then we now just opened up Brooks Transit Center as a Park and Ride. So Brooks Transit Center is going towards south, big time, south, all the way. Brooks Air Force Base, back in the day, it was Brooks Air Force Base. Now it's transitioned into something else. So that way. So we currently have Crossroads, Brooks, Stone Oak Park and Ride is the one big one too, and then we just opened up the Brooks. and Randolph, but it's under construction, and Randolph has been under construction for a long time. As a matter of fact, I went to visit it last week because we wanted to see the progress, and it's going to be a beautiful facility. They're really trying to upgrade it, and so that should be open, I think, next week. Because yes, and it's so beautiful. So when you guys have time, do pop in. It's a beautiful facility. Okay, and again, park and ride is, you put your vehicle there. We have security taking care of it. $1.30 gets you to the event that you want to go to. This weekend, the 25th, Paul McCartney is coming to the Alamo Dome. Have you heard of Paul McCartney? Okay, so Paul McCartney is coming, and that's going to be a huge event. So, and then there's talks. They haven't really, but I'm going to spill the beans anyway. So there's dialogue right now that they're trying to do a free Saturday, and it happens to be on the 25th, the day that Paul McCartney is performing at the Alamo Dome. And they're wanting to do a free VIA day on all transportation services for the 25th only. Again, it hasn't been officially announced, but it's in the works, and be aware that something may happen. So it'll be on social media, it'll be on the news, it'll be everything. If it does happen, the day will be the 25th of October. And so you can ride VIA for free. Okay, that's big news, because they're trying to partner with what I understand that they said is the Day of Giving. It's a holiday of the Day of Giving of some sort. I'm not too familiar with it. Again, they're still in dialogue trying to get it going, but if they pull the plug, say for example this afternoon, and say, yes, we're going to do a free Day of Giving VIA services, it'll be on the 25th. Okay, so just an FYI there. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Is park and ride just for special events? Because I used to take it to the courthouse for jury duty and that.
That's what we're getting to. So yes, you're absolutely right. So majority of everybody knows park and ride because of the big events, because of Fiesta, big concerts, the Martin Luther King parade, all that stuff. Here, we also do free fare for civic responsibilities. So if it's election day, you can take VIA for free to go and vote. Okay? If you have jury duty, you can take VIA for free. You just have to give them the letter. I know, nobody likes jury duty. You give them the notification that you've been summoned, and you can ride the bus for free. And then there's some public events that are for free. And as I mentioned, the Jimenez Thanksgiving, the MLK March. I'm not sure if Feast of Sharing is still included. But yeah, and then back in the day, VIA was transporting people to get their COVID vaccines for free as well. Okay, hopefully we never have to encounter that ever again. And then we're coming to the end of the presentation. So this, we just kind of like to share with everybody. It's really not VIA sanctioned. This is not one of our programs, but it's called the Emergency Ride Home, or Emergency Ride Program, and is only good for work and home. And it's only as an emergency base. And this one, you have to remember that you'll get home, you'll call this, you'll book them, but they'll reimburse you. So this program reimburses you, but you have to pay out of your pocket first, okay? And it's a program that reimburses up to $250 at the end of the year. So that's the kind of benchmark, right? And this is just an emergency service. Not a lot of people are aware of it, but it's a city program that, of course, we want to kind of make awareness of and kind of just share this information with folks. So if you're in an emergency situation, your battery's dead, your car's not starting, you need to get to work, then you can book your ride through Uber, Lyft, VIA, Link, whatever, and then hold on to your receipt and then submit it so you can get reimbursed. So not a lot of people are aware of this, but I'm just sharing with it. And again, it's not a VIA sanctioned program, but we just wanted to spread the word. And this only is good for Bexar, Comal, Kendall, and Guadalupe County. Okay? And I think we're at the end of the presentation, guys. So I hope that I gave you plenty of information that you were not fully aware of and that this was helpful for you. Do you guys have any additional questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
When Randolph Park and Ride opens, then will that be a link for special events?
Yes, I believe so.
So like
But-
going to the
Could you
Spurs
please
game
repeat the question? So that others.
If there's any questions? of
We
it?
can't hear the
Oh.
question.
Oh, she basically asked if Randolph will be a park and ride.
for special, and for special events?
And for special events. Okay, I'll answer it this way. Initially, it was a park and ride. However, with the new renovations, it is a very small parking lot. So for me, just thinking out loud, if it's a park and ride, you need a park and ride to have a lot of parking space so that they can go on there. The way they're renovating, as is right now, it's still under construction, and when I went last week, parking lot is very little. So I'm not sure that they can accommodate a park and ride per se. Like Crossroads Mall has a big parking lot, has police transit, security on there. Randolph, the way it is now, the new Randolph, the parking lot is so small. So I don't know that it'll accommodate a park and ride, but I could be wrong. Unless the city and VIA have already kind of agreed to find another parking spot where buses can take you to and from an event. But the way it stands right now, the new Randolph, the parking lot is very little. Yes.
They use more space for the building that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the building is
Plus,
beautiful.
parking lot.
Before. Well, now it's smaller, I think. Yes,
We
ma'am.
used to use it
So
for-
how do we get from here to the Randolph Transition Center?
You can schedule, let me see, from here to the transit center. I'm not sure that via,
late event, maybe we have problems.
yeah. But when we do the park and rides, even though, let's just say Paul McCartney, I'll give you an example, right? You use the park and ride for Paul McCartney. Whenever Paul McCartney finishes, the buses will bring you back to the park and ride, whatever time they finish, even if the concert is running late. So there's no stipulation there. Their stipulation is with a Via Link. Via Link stops at a certain time. So park and ride, you'll get back, no matter, because they know we have a partnership with the venue.
From there to here.
To here?
That's, yeah.
I think we're fortunate enough during the daytime that we call Flo up and she arranges us to get up there to Randolph. But say, I'm living across the street in one of the mobile homes over here, wherever they've got, and I want to take advantage of it, how would I get from there? Now, I know that there's buses that go on the Expressway.
Yes.
But are they connected to the Randolph?
So the good news is yes, it's depending on the bus route that you're taking, because every bus route has their destination, right? They have to stay within the route that they're taking. They can't deviate from there. So that's a good question, because getting from here to let me see if yeah, no, that's a good question. And remember, guys, if there's questions that I cannot answer, always refer back to the 2020 number, 210-362, which is on your bag, 362-2020. Always remember 362-2020. You can always pick up the phone and say, hey, I am at this location and I need to get to this location. What bus route do I need to take? Because they're experts. Yes, sir. Yes.
Out to the airport.
I believe so. Let me see.
Yes,
Yes.
that was the point.
It was north to south. Yes.
Downtown.
To downtown.
Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. So, ma'am, to this lady's point, from the airport, maybe this will be, the green line will be a huge opportunity for her. Yes, ma'am. I have an application for you, sweetie. No, you would have to take it to one of our centers. Okay? And on the application, it has the map of all our centers that you can go to, whichever's closer to you. Okay?
And that's where we would get the card.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So for special events, if the Randolph is not gonna be available, what would be our closest option?
I would say Park and Ride, the Crossroads Park and Ride. Because currently we have, Stone Oak Park.
Other side of town.
Well, there, yeah, and essentially, let me see if I have a map.
Downtown, so it's, this is 281, goes past 281, it's on, basically on 10 and. No, that's Randolph, but she's saying now. They have to schedule
Okay, let me see if I can pull up the other map. Okay. Close this one.
Just seems like the east side is getting shafted.
Okay, let me see, guys. So let me pull up a quick map here, see if I can help you with this.
We used to have the ride on Blackwell,
Uh-huh.
and they had a lot of parking over there,
Okay.
and they moved it over here for safety to the Randolph location, but it was smaller.
Yeah. Okay, so here, guys, let me see if I can make this. Oop. Yes, ma'am, that is. Let me pull up this map here so I can kind of show you a little bit. So this is the travel map. Let me see if I'm a little careful here. Okay, do you see the map here? So the outer line is 1604, right? And anything inside 1604 via touches. Okay, so we have fixed routes and we have Via Link. Now, the darker purple, that is where our Via Link zones are. And so I wanted to share that. So there's the northwest one is mainland. I wish I could make it bigger, but is that good for y'all? Can you see it okay? Okay, and then there's Naco Pass, that would be close to you. So there's the Randolph Transit Center. And so those connect. So Naco Pass connect to Randolph, and then Randolph will be connecting to the southeast. So southeast is the newest link that is coming. So nobody is fully aware of this yet because it's launching November 3rd. So I'm giving you inside information. So you will have access to utilize Via Link from Naco Pass to Randolph to Southeast Zone. So that takes you down to the Brooks Transit Center with the Via Link. So now this is the newest and it's opening November 3rd. Okay, but I'm giving you inside information. This is now the map of how it looks. And the 3 park and rides is the Brooks, the Crossroads, and Stone Oak. And then again, Randolph is kind of questionable right now because of the parking lot being so limited. So
So,
that's,
do you have a bus that actually could go into from Army Medical Center?
uh,
On the north there?
well,
A
It's the Via Link. The Via Link goes in there. Yeah, the Via Link goes in there. See, let me make this bigger. So this dark shaded purple, is where the axis is for Via Link. So yes, Via Link goes into the Brooke Army Medical Center. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I think you're missing the point on a lot of the questions.
Okay.
The problem that most of the people have is they no longer drive.
Okay.
You're assuming everybody can get to a parking ride to get to your service. But yes, during the day, they'll probably take us to Randolph. They are not going to take us to Crossroads unless they charge us quite a bit through here.
Well, if you have your bus card, most events are on the weekends, and your bus card is free.
Yeah, but where's the bus?
Okay, so you need to get a bus route from here to take you to the,
It's right here, not
Okay.
a block up the street.
right. Okay,
That's the point. So if you do this program again, you have someone from here that can answer all the questions. How do we get to the parking lot?
park and ride to get to the event.
Because we're not
It's
driving.
because you don't have a car. So the park and ride, yes, you're right. Good point. So I will have to get back with the coordinator and have that, and I'll have specific answers with bus routes, because I don't know all the bus routes in San Antonio. We have over 75 bus routes.
Well, there's a bus stop at Kitty Hawk and Crestwood. Yeah, that would be our closest to get on a bus.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's changes coming in January.
Is there any chance that Link will ever come in front of us, the VR?
We can,
Know anything
so
about
the good news about Link, right, the Via Link, is their virtual stop. So if all of the residents here get together and say, Z, we need it to